Hello everyone and welcome to Burn Your Books, Open Your Mind. I'm your friend and your host Boehm and you are watching Foundation for Need. We started our journey with the first chapter, Life Processes, Digestion and Absorption. Today's topic is Small and Large Intestine. In our journey of understanding digestion and absorption in humans, the food that began its journey from the mouth passes through the oral cavity and through the pharynx into the esophagus. From the esophagus, the food passes on to the stomach and then into the small and the large intestine. The small intestine is a long, narrow, tubular part of the alimentary canal that is fitted into a compact space due to extensive coiling. The small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal and is approximately 6 meters in length. It connects the stomach to the large intestine. It is mainly concerned with the digestion and absorption of food. The small intestine is the site of complete digestion of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. The small intestine receives chyme, digested food from the stomach, and secretions from the liver and the pancreas that aid in digestion. The secretions from the liver are first stored into the gallbladder and then finally released along with the secretions of the pancreas into the duodenum of the small intestine. The chyme coming from the stomach is acidic and has to be made alkaline for pancreatic enzymes to act on it. This is achieved from the secretions of the liver, which acts on fats and make the chyme alkaline. The intestinal glands present in the wall of the small intestine secrete intestinal juice, which is also known as succus entericus. Now looking at the structure of the small intestine is structurally differentiated into three different regions. The first and foremost region into which the stomach opens is the duodenum. It is the first part and the anterior part. It is approximately 25 cm in length and is C-shaped. The next part is jejunum, which is the middle part of the small intestine. It is 2.5 meter in length and is coiled. The last part of the small intestine is ileum, which is a highly coiled part and is approximately 3.5 meter in length. The exit of food from the ileum of the small intestine to the cecum of the large intestine is regulated by ileocecal ball. You may remember from histology of alimentary canal that the mucosa of the small intestine is modified to form finger-like extensions called villi that serve to increase the surface area for absorption of digested food. The cells of the villi have cytoplasmic extensions which are known as microvilli. Now looking at the large intestine is the last part of the gastrointestinal tract. It is about 1.5 meter in length and 3 inches in diameter. It is mostly responsible for the absorption of water from the undigested, unabsorbed food and the formation of solid waste or feces. The large intestine is structurally divided into three regions. First, cecum. Cecum is a small blind sac present where the ileum joins the large intestine. It is guarded by the ileocecal ball. In humans, it is very small and from it extends a small finger-like vermiform appendix which is vestigial in humans. The second is colon. The colon is divided again into first ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon and sigmoid colon. The colon is the longest part of the large intestine and it harbors Escherichia coli in symbiotic association. Food can remain in the colon for as long as 36 hours before being passed out to the rectum. The rectum is a small muscular region at the end of the large intestine. It is the storage site for fecal matter for a very short time. It opens into the anus. Anus is the alveolar opening of the alimentary canal guarded by two anal sphincters. It lies at the base of the trunk and plays a role in egestion. Now taking a look at the journey of the food begins with the mouth, then it reaches the pharynx and then into the esophagus. From esophagus into the stomach and then the duodenum and then the jejunum. Finally into the ileum of the small intestine. Then passing through the ileocecal wall, it enters cecum then ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and then sigmoid colon. Then it is stored for some time into the rectum before being finally passed out through the anus. This is the journey of food in your digestive tract. Now moving on to do you know. The first point in do you know is the small intestine is actually longer than the large intestine. Yes, the small intestine is actually smaller in diameter than the large intestine, and this is because it is called as the small intestine. The second point is the length of the small intestine varies in different animals depending upon their diet. Herbivores need a longer small intestine to allow cellulose digestion, while carnivores have shorter small intestine as meat is easier to digest. Now moving on to our next point, the small intestine is about 4.5 meters in length, but that is in a living person. At the time of autopsy, when the muscles relaxes, small intestine is approximately 6 meters in length. The next point is there are billions of bacteria living inside your intestines. The small intestine hosts bacteria such as Lactobacillus, Clostridium, Staphylococcus, and Streptococcus. The enteric nervous system, which is also known as the second brain, is present in your gut, and it has more neurons than the spinal cord. Yes, it is surprising. I hope you enjoyed the video. You are watching Burn Your Books, Open Your Mind. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe the channel.